Hello and welcome to another episode of Hoohaa Sports Today. We have updates on Manchester United's first leg Champions League semi-final, plus a recap of last night's Malaysian Super League results as well. And oh yes, that story about a Premier League player whose Twitter account only lasted 2 hours. By the way, he's a Man United player. But we will start with United, who came away with a convincing 2-0 win against Schalke with goals from Ryan Giggs and Wayne Rooney. Post-match, this is what the goal scorers had to say. First up, Rooney. We are delighted but a bit disappointed in terms of not scoring more. We have done very well. We have to be professional for the second leg as Schalke can't be taken lightly. They went to Inter and won 5-2. I don't know why Rooney speaks like that. While Giggs said, I thought if we kept creating chances, then they would go in. We could have been 4 or 5 up at half-time. Before the match, we would have taken 2-0, but it's quite disappointing in terms of the final result now. Why they didn't score more? In a bit, but the 37-year-old Giggs became the oldest player to have scored a Champions League goal. Not only did he establish that record, but the Welshman also becomes the most capped British player in European competitions. While another old dog, keeper Edwin not only equaled Claude Makelele's 13 Champions League semi-final appearances, he is also the first to keep 50 clean sheets in the competition. And United haven't lost a game this season in the top-flight European competition. And as you can expect, the United fans were feeling on top of the world as the praises flooded their official Facebook page. Kendra Wilco comments on Giggs' and Van der Sar's record but warns that it won't mean anything if they don't reach the final. While Tabiloba Ero, second from top, was impressed with United's work rate. And it was a performance that could have bagged them a sack full of goals if not for one Manuel Neuer, as he was once United's target for Van der Sar's replacement, was responsible for repelling the majority of an incredible 13 clear-cut opportunities United squandered before they found the target. Sir Alex Ferguson even commented that this was the finest goalkeeping performance against United in his time with the club. Of course, there were others, but this stood out for him. But will he move to United in the summer? No. Germany's number one confirmed this in a news conference after Schalke's defeat to United, saying going to United was never an option and the 23-year-old will remain in the Bundesliga. Well, United have other things to focus on, like this Sunday's Premier League tie, and the United fans would be hoping that they do not have a European hangover, because up next is the Arsenal at the Emirates. Meanwhile, in the other half of the Champions League semi-final equation, Real Madrid take on Barcelona. Madrid are looking for a record 10th European Cup crown after progressing to the semi-finals for the first time in 7 years. Barca have had the better of their recent meetings between the two, at least until last week. Madrid have beaten Barca twice in the semi-finals of this competition, back in 1960 and in 2002, and on both occasions went on to lift the trophy. And with Mourinho's experience in cup competitions, you wouldn't bet the house against history repeating itself. But as for us neutrals, this is the sort of football we savor. The best is on offer, so watch it. Before the news on the short lifespan of a Premier League football player's Twitter account, here are the results from last night's Malaysian Super League results as the league leaders lost. That's right, Kelantan are just so strong at home as they defeated Selangor 1-0. That allowed Terengganu to cut their lead at the top to just 1 point after they came away with all 3 points over Sabah. Perak too got back to winning ways in an 8-goal feast in Ipoh, while Kedah suffered a setback with a loss to club side T-Team. We'll bring you the MSL League table on Friday along with this weekend's fixtures. And finally, Manchester United's Darren Gibson had to delete his newly set up Twitter account, dgibbo28, just 2 hours after joining the social networking site when he received numerous abusive tweets. Here are some examples that I've managed to obtain. Meanwhile, Daniel Taylor, a journalist for The Guardian, said, and I quote, "Bloody hell, Manchester United fall guy Darren Gibson, aka at dgibbo28, joined Twitter at 12:15 p.m. 2 hours later, he's scuppered because of abuse," unquote. Well, at least he understood one advice. If you can't take the hate, get the tweet out of here. And guess that's my cue too. What will happen between Real Madrid and Barcelona? Details on tomorrow's show. Until then, I'm Patrick saying it's bye for now, and I'll tweet you later.